Okay, so today I'm going to be planting some Baker Creek seeds, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting not too long for these, actually, like 2 weeks, but I'm really excited. I'm out in the shed, which is my makeshift greenhouse. It has one window, so it's not a great greenhouse, but it is great for keeping dirt out of the house. Eggplant, ping tongue, rosemary, I'm so excited for. This is a Queen Mix salvia. I'm really excited for this. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Some Chinese broccoli, that's gonna go out. I have a little cold frame right now with some greens, so I'm gonna put some in there. I'm really excited for this yellow echinacea. A lot of them don't have specific times when you're supposed to start them on the seed packs, but I have this really good book. I highly recommend it. It's super great and detailed, but also really easy to read, so I'm going to be referring to that for some of my planting dates. I have some sage, broadleaf, some baby bok choy, Thai holy basil, some free purple basil that I got as a thank you, some Italian basil, and some yellow onions. So I'm really excited to get started. I have some pre-moistened seed flats here that I've been, I was so keen to get started that I actually filled up all my seed trays and left them in the shed so I could get planting as soon as my seeds arrived. And then I also have these handy little markers and a Star Wars pencil because Star Wars, you know, is gonna give my seeds a better start. I also have some random tools that I use, which is like a chopstick. Good for indenting, and a spoon, just like random things. So I'm gonna go ahead and first plant the echinacea. So I'm just gonna write down the name, and then I'm just gonna make a little indent in the soil. I'm never too precise with measuring like 1/8 of an inch. That would drive me bonkers. You would need like the world's tiniest ruler. General rule of thumb is twice as deep as they are long. Now I'm going to be doing these yellow sweet onions. So these can actually be started 8 to 12 weeks in advance of putting them in the garden, and they can go in the garden a month before the last frost. So here on the West Coast, our last frost is normally the end of March, so I can actually plant these out into the garden at the end of February. So that means that instead of 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost, you're doing 8 to 10 weeks before a month before the frost, so 8 to 10 weeks before the end of February. So I actually could have started these at like the beginning of January if I wanted to, but here we are, end of January. I'm going to start them now. And for these, I'm using these kind of longer seed trays. They're not great quality. They were affordable, but this is their second year and a lot of them are already broken. But I have a shallow seed tray as well, but I find for things that are more bulbous, like onions, or that will be spending 8 to 10 weeks inside, I like to give them some more depth for their roots. Always label your trays before putting the seeds in case you forget. I'll just put a little extra just in case, and then they all germinate, and then I'm left with like 1,000 seedlings, and I have to kill them all, and it makes me so sad. Like, it's so heartbreaking. I don't know why it's so sad, but it really is. Okay, so for the broadleaf sage, this one needs to be surface sown, which usually means it needs light to germinate. So for those you don't want to make an indent at all. Sometimes what I'll do, so I'll press down my seedling mix, sprinkle them on top, and then I'll just sprinkle kind of like I'm sprinkling sprinkles on a cupcake. A little bit of cocoa core or seedling mix over top. They're actually quite large seeds. I think they're pelleted. Yeah, they're pelleted seeds, which means that they have a little like clay coating around them. It makes them a lot easier to handle. And there's quite a few seeds in here, so I'm gonna do 2 per cell. Wow, these say 1/16 of an inch, which is like, who is measuring 1/16 of an inch? That's crazy. That's like, I don't even know what kind of ruler would measure that. So I'm going to interpret 1/16 of an inch as sewing on the surface. So I try to have a bit of a laissez-faire attitude about it. She says with generalized anxiety disorder, but like, I try. And I actually bought 2 new shop lights that I'm using for grow lights. So I'm gonna install those. They're 4 feet long each, and I have one currently set up in the house. And I'm gonna set these ones up on some shelves. Actually, I'll show you. A whole bunch of bulbs that I didn't manage to plant into the garden, so they're just waiting. Oh, and there's my chocolate cosmos. And my beautiful, unfinished, insulated walls. Really gross. I'm gonna start with some basil. So the first one I have is the purple basil. It's the dark purple opal basil. I say basil sometimes instead of basil because my mom is British, so if you're like, basil? Who says basil? I do, because of my mom. Holy basil, which is not actually basil as far as I know. It's quite different, but these take 10 to 12 days to sprout, which is a relatively long time. I think it's normal for basil. We are making good headway, folks. I'm going to fertilize these bulbs. I have ornithogalum and ixia with this bloom fertilizer. It has extra phosphorus and potassium, so that's going to be great for root development as well for bloom. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of this into my watering can, about 4 liters, and give them a nice good soaking. I've just potted these up from their little individual bulb pots. So I've just planted some Gladiolus carneus at the base of this Clematis montana. I'm really excited for these. I love gladioli. They're one of my favorites. And then I was tidying up some of this crazy cedar fallout, and I found some really exciting things happening. So here is a golden bunch crocus. Here's my blue poppy anemone, and then I think these are anemone blonda, which is one of my absolute favorite anemones, and I planted it last spring and then didn't see it for a year, and I think this is it, and I'm so happy, so happy. Here you can see the golden bunch crocus a little better. So yeah, I was just uncovering all of these treasures, and seeing everything coming back to life was just making me really happy. So this is my little underplanting for the cedar tree. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little signs of spring poking their heads up. I'm really excited, and it's so hopeful to see all of those little signs of life when it's pretty gross out here and I have a flood in my yard. So yeah, thanks for hanging out.